Good morning. Welcome to the Ceylon College of Physicians Young Physicians Forum. As usual, we have two speakers today who are senior registrars, and I would like to warmly welcome the audience and the two speakers for spending their time to come and present at this forum. So we have two speakers today, and we have half an hour for each speaker. The first speaker is Dr. Prianka Lohithalingam, who is a senior registrar in medicine at Teaching Hospital, Batiklo, who is going to speak on healthy aging, what it is and how to attain it. And our second speaker is Dr. A.M.P.M. Attanayaka, who is a senior registrar in respiratory medicine at the National Hospital, Kandy, who is going to speak on lungs after COVID-19. I would like to start with the first speaker, who is Dr. Lohithalingam, to speak on healthy aging, what it is and how to attain it. Over to you, Dr. Lohithalingam.
Thank you, sir, for that kind introduction. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. My special thanks to Ceylon College of Physicians for giving me this opportunity. And also, I would like to extend my thanks to the consultant who are at Teaching Hospital, Batiklo University Medical Unit for guiding me to prepare this presentation on healthy aging, what it is and how to attain it. The reason that I have selected this topic is populations are getting older. As per World Health Organization, you can see in this diagram that in 2015, the population who are at age 60 or above are only 12%. And they are expecting the population will rise up to 22% by 2050. And this crisis also includes Sri Lanka. We expect the population rise will be very high, and by 2041, 25% of the population will be at or above the age of 60 years. And you can see this population pyramid of Sri Lanka, and from 1981 to 2041, you can see the age distribution, the number of people during this age distribution. We are living longer, but the quality of life is not keeping pace with the rate of the increasing life expectancy. In the coming years, we will have more elderly citizens and fewer working age populations to take care of these elderly people. So we need to have our policy actions to overcome the problems that is going to come because of this aging population. More elderly people and few breadwinners to take care of them. So few notes on what is aging. It's, according to many biologists, it's the time-related deterioration of the physiological functions necessary for survival and fertility. Basically, people don't want to live long lives. They want to live long, healthy lives. Longevity is qualitative, not just quantitative. So just to classify the aging objectively, aging is the universal process that begins at the birth and it corresponds to the chronological age. Subjectively, aging is markedly changes in the behavior and self-perception and reaction to biologic changes. Functionally, aging refers to the capabilities of the individual to function in the society. So the categorization is youngest old is the people who are between 65 to 75 years, and the middle old is 75 to 84, and the oldest old are the people above the age of 85 years. So the concept of aging, that means the chronological age is the actual number of age a person has been alive. Biological age is a general term used to encompasses the physiological process associated with aging, such as loss of muscle strength and endurance, loss of ability to resist diseases, wrinkle of the skin due to loss of collagen, and other deficiencies associated with the aging process. Psychological age is a subjective description of how one feels and acts and behaves. Social age changes in a person's role and relationship, both within their networks of relatives and friends, and in formal organizations such as at the workplace. We can exert some control on biological and psychological ages by various modifications of our lifestyle. We'll come to those things later. And when we see the physiology of aging, it starts from the molecular level up to the organ dysfunction. The molecular level changes are DNA damages, telomere shortening, epigenetic changes, and chromosomal mutations. And those will lead to cell malfunctions due to increased reactive oxidant species, protein desaturations, and also proteasomal dysfunction. This will lead to tissue dysfunction and ultimately organismal dysfunction due to impaired homeostasis, functional disorders, and increased susceptibility to disease and ultimately death. So these are the factors influencing in the aging. Genetic factors, it actually taking part of the 25% of the factors influencing in the age, and 75% is the environmental factors. The hereditary factors are the genes, mainly the longevity genes, ApoE, FOXO3A, 5q33.3. This last gene is the gene that was discovered lately, and it lower all-cause mortality in studies investigating the longevity locus and age-related phenotypes. And the other thing is epigenetic factors that influence the gene expression. And there are some personal characteristics influencing the age. Some are mobile and some are already fixed, non-modifiable things, age, sex, and ethnicity. And the environment. All the factors extrinsic in the extrinsic world are coming under this environment. Built environment, people and the relationships, health and social policies, the services, system that support them are coming under these environmental factors. So the domains of functional abilities moving around, building and maintaining relationship and meeting their own basic needs, learn, grow and make decisions, and their contributions to the family, society and to the country. So what are the physical and physiological changes of aging? As we all know already, these changes are seen in all the organ system: cardiovascular, endocrine, respiratory system, nervous system. Nervous system means it includes all three systems: motor, sensory, and autonomic systems. Musculoskeletal system, by reduction of the flexibility, and also integumentary system, like we see graying of hair, wrinkles of the skin, and also immune system. Immune system with aging going into immunosenescence. That means unable to function the immune cells are unable to function properly, and they will be in a senescence state. So this will lead to immunosuppressive state in the elderly population, and ultimately these changes results in chronic non-communicable diseases, malignancies, and functional cognitive impairment. The psychological changes can be seen in effect on confidence, their self-esteem, and effects of self-ageism, financial concern, and social disengagement. So because of these molecular level changes up to the organismal changes, and because of this increased disease, what are the impact of aging to the society and to the family or to the person himself? They have impact on the family structures, financial things, healthcare, and political impacts are there. So healthy aging is an investment, not a cost. What are the things we invest? Health system, long-term care system, lifelong learning, creating age-friendly environment, and social protections that will lead to the benefits of health, skills and knowledge, social connectivity, and also financial security and personal dignity. In return, we get the individual well-being, workforce participation, consumption, and entrepreneurship, and investment. And also social and cultural contributions will be the ultimate return from our investment for healthy aging. So what is healthy aging? WHO defines it as the process of developing and maintaining the functional ability determined by the intrinsic capacity of the individual, the environment they inhabited, and interaction between them. The goal is to maximize the functional ability of the elderly population. So, what will be the end result of successful aging? To minimize the risk of diseases and disability, continue to engage with life, maintain positive spirituality, and maintain physical and cognitive function. So, how to attain healthy aging? There are two approaches for that healthy aging. First one is always the prevention is better than a cure. So we have to delay getting old, and the old people also should be very healthy when they are very old. So these are the two approaches. So the behavior of a healthy lifestyle is the important thing to delay the aging. Eating a healthy diet, exercise, quit smoking, drinking alcohol in moderation, and adequate sleep and rest. And other important thing is coping up with the stress. So if we see the diet and nutrition, we have to make a healthy plate. Half of that plate should include fruits and vegetables. Fruits means not the juice, it should be the fruits, because they contain many fibers and antioxidants. They are having anti-aging properties actually. Vegetables, that should be non-starchy vegetables. And grains, most of our grains should be whole grains. Refined grains and processed grains should be limited in our diet, because they contain more, the whole grains contain more fiber, antioxidants, and many minerals. And also protein, that should be lean protein in beans, nuts, fish, and also chicken. So our food plate, as I have already mentioned, half of that should be fruits and vegetables, and the other half should be whole grains and lean protein. We can take small amount of dairy products and lean, low fat and non-fat dairy products. These are some foods containing anti-aging properties. So anti-aging properties are attained by containing many antioxidants that compact the free radicals formed during our various metabolic process that are quickening the aging. Main things are nuts, especially almonds, walnuts, avocado, sweet potatoes, pomegranate, spinach, broccoli, berries, olives, dark chocolate, oily fish, and amla. These are some of the foods. And I want to give a small note on the amla, that is the Indian gooseberries. It's 1 or 2 amla a day is better than an apple a day. It reduces the amount of free radicals with high associated with anti-aging properties, and it is beneficial in reduction of weight gain, improve the digestive system, and many more health effects are there with amla. And of course, dark chocolates. It is also containing many nutrients, including antioxidants, and lowers this LDL and raises HDL with cardiovascular protectivity. And green tea. Green tea is mainly invented in the Far East countries, mainly Japan. Unsweetened green tea is having a lot of health beneficials, compact with weight and also anti-aging properties. Foods to avoid are red meat, fried foods, and highly processed food should be avoided, and highly salted foods. There are two ways of getting the diet for the healthy eating pattern. One is the calorie restriction, other thing is the intermittent fasting. Calorie restriction is the reducing the calorie intake without causing malnutrition. when you cut the calorie by 25%, your life is prolonged by 30%. This is only observed in the animal models, especially in the rhesus monkeys in a study in America. Because it cuts the metabolism and thus reducing the free radicals. A trial called Calorie is tested the hypothesis of this theory. They have done this trial for 2 years among healthy young middle-aged population on obese people. 200 sample of people were taken for this study, and one side of the population were given calorie restricted food and the other one was taking normal diet. And at the end of 2 years, they have evaluated with various measures and found that this calorie restriction has multiple cardiometabolic risk factor reduction in young non-obese adults, and they offer promising results for the long-term benefits also. And intermittent fasting can be done in various ways, skipping 1 meal a day or skipping for 5 days a week you eat normally, and then next 2 days you can eat food with some calorie restrictions. And sometimes you can be fast for 24 hours. And sometimes in a day you can eat for 8 to 10 hours and fast for 14 to 16 hours. Other important thing is the exercise. Exercise improve this exercise has various health benefits. It involves reducing blood pressure, improve insulin sensitivity, improve body flexibility, immune functions and balance, and every body weight maintenance. Everything is due to physical activities, and there are 4 major ways: aerobic activities, resistance training, flexibility training, and balance training for elderly. And a small note on yoga, even though it's known in the ancient time, it's gaining its wide popularity in the recent past. It's exercise flexibility plus meditation. And it has many psychological and physical benefits. And like that, meditation is also another important factor to combat the stress, and with various health benefits in our body to come with many stress relief, boosts immunity, weight management, anti-aging properties, and a lot more. Adequate sleep. They recommend at least 6 hours of continuous sleep is important for reorganizing our mental status. And World Health Organization has declared the year starting from 2021 to 2030 as a decade of healthy aging. And they have many goals, and they have many aims to maintain. The older people should meet their basic needs, continue to learn their decisions, and they have to be mobile and maintain many relationships. And they have many areas of action to promote age-friendly environment, combating ageism, that is removing the negative attitudes about older people such as stereotyping, prejudice, and discrimination, and integrated care and long-term care. And in our country, we also have many national policies for healthy aging and in the health of the elders. National Council for Elders and National Council and Secretariat for Elders. And we have our own national policies based on the recommendations of Second World Assembly on Aging held in Madrid. And we have our national councils including government sectors and non-governmental organizations under the observation of WHO and United Nations Fund for Population Activities. We have our own set of objectives like protect and promote the rights of elders, to identify the problems they are facing and to improve their various skills, and engaging them in various programs. Main strategy is establishment of elders committee and getting them involved in the financial aspect of the family as well as in the community. And we have various action plans to maintain that. And finally, in conclusion, live long and prosper. This is the end result to which we all aspire, and it can be achieved we can start at any stage of our life in this goal by modifying our lifestyle, healthy lifestyle. Eat variety of fruits and vegetables, as I've already mentioned, being engaged in the activities, physical activities, and like that. So thank you for listening. And September is going to be the healthy aging month. Thank you.
The question and answer session. We didn't receive any of the questions online. Dr. Pulis, over to you.
Yes, Dr. Lohithalingam, thank you very much for delivering that very listenable and timely lecture. And thank you very much for keeping time. A few questions. And in your lecture, I saw that to delay aging, you advocated drinking alcohol in moderation. Now, to people like Shamita and me who don't drink, do you advocate starting to drink?
Actually, red wine is the only alcohol that is kind of recommended for a healthy aging. But in the recent researches, it is told that the benefits of them is more than the disadvantages of alcohol, because it's involved, it can lead to many kind of malignancies. Only the red wine is recommended. All the other alcoholic beverages are not recommended. So you can continue having no alcohol.
Thank you very much. But if you're quoting this California red wine study, let me remind you that the chief investigator of that study was discredited and taken off the university because he has doctored the data because he was funded by French wine producers. So that California red wine study is no longer a quotable study. Second thing is that you said taking green tea is helpful in healthy aging. Do you have any evidence to that fact?
There is no scientifically proven evidence, but in Japan, the Okinawa, that is the place where the population are living more. Around 2/3 of the population are above 97 years, and they are actively involving in all kind of activities. They are physically independent and also not dependent on the others for their financial as well as all the supports. And in them, they are regularly taking unsweetened green teas with other lean proteins, seafoods, and quitting. They are taking only very limited amount of processed food. So one of their main ingredient in their diet is green tea. I couldn't find any scientifically proven data for green tea, but it's a practice which is there in the Far East countries.
Probably this is what we call the anecdotal evidence. Yes. Lastly, you didn't touch sexuality in elderly.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Right, Dr. Priyanka.
Yes.
I'm Professor Kamani Vanigasuriya. Can you hear me?
Yes, madam, I can hear you.
All right. I must congratulate you for selecting this topic. Right. So I have a couple of questions. Actually, when you think it is the best time to educate people regarding healthy aging? You said, any time of your life, maybe when you are, too young, you might not be interested. Right. What do you think?
At least by the age of 40, they are recommending to start the things that prevent aging, and asked to take the things with anti-aging properties such as diet, exercise, yoga, meditation, and other and quitting the vices. But it's better to start even before that for a healthy lifestyle.
Okay. Then about intermittent fasting, is there any research evidence available, and is it quite, safe for, very old people?
I was searching for evidences on that, but I couldn't find many evidence for that. Only I saw some evidence for that calorie restriction.
Okay, right.
There
So
are
they-
only animal studies are there on that. Human studies are very limited, even for calorie restriction.
Okay, thank you.
Can I ask a question? I'm Senaka Rajapaksa.
Okay, sir.
Can I ask a question? If
Yes,
Kamani, you
sir.
are free?
Yes, yes. Yeah.
Well, again, I think it's related to the questions that Upul and Kamani asked. So you mentioned a lot of interventions in terms of dietary changes, lifestyle modification, in terms of intermittent fasting, yoga, all those things. Let's just talk about the dietary modifications. And you recommended certain types of foods as being beneficial. Is there any scientific evidence for the use of these this particular diet that you mentioned? And similarly, is there any scientific evidence for intermittent fasting? I think Kamani asked that question, and that's been answered. And is there any scientific evidence for yoga, meditation, any of those things? Because if there is no scientific evidence, why would you advocate them? For example, you're going to tell an elderly person not to drink alcohol when it might not really have any impact at that age. Similarly, you might be telling a person not to eat some puddings and chocolates and pastries and things, when actually that might not change that might not extend their lives or change their likelihood of developing a cardiovascular event. So if we are to make statements about diet and recommendations about diet, shouldn't it be based on some scientific evidence?
Yes, sir.
So have you got any evidence for any of these dietary interventions?
I couldn't find much evidence for them, but only based on the molecular changes of aging and the health benefits of this diet. Most of the dietitians and the people who are working on aging and healthy aging people recommend these kind of diets because of the free radicals are the main culprits of telomere shortening, and many molecular damage occur during the process of aging. And these foods that I have mentioned are containing antioxidant properties. So they expect and they have proven by their experience that these are delaying the aging. But I couldn't find scientific
proof like that. Is there scientific proof that they will delay aging?
For the foods I have mentioned, I couldn't find, sir. But for the practice of calorie restriction, I have found some
right
evidence. And for the yoga, there is a meta-analysis published in 2019 issue of International Journal of Behavioral and Nutritional and Physical Activity that provides strong evidence of benefits of yoga.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We have a couple of minutes for questions if there are any. Shavita, anything online?
No, sir, there's nothing on the online.
So in the absence of further questions, thank you very much, Dr. Lohithalingam, for that extremely interesting presentation, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.